I'm Shane, and
I'm Simon from DZ Deathrays,
and you're watching My Life in Sound. Okay, so the band started in 2008. Yeah. I guess if we even go back, you could sort of do like Dotted Line, and there's another band called Denzel, which was going for about 2 years, and then 2008, this band sort of formed out of that band breaking up. In 2009, February, we got asked to go to Crystal Castles in Australia, and then since that, we have pretty much continually toured. And then, yeah, we just released our album this year in 2012. 2011, we did an EP.
It's all blur.
Yeah, we did like two EPs in 2010, 2011. Then we went overseas for our first time in 2010. We started doing overseas in 2011 in the UK, and then 2012 released our album. And now we're on our second like run around America. And it's 2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for this interview, I was going to like bring a bottle of Jaeger and like have you guys do shots in between questions.
We've done that before.
But I figured
we did
with the mess up,
once.
but with the mess up music video, you kind of got out of it a little bit because you were lip syncing the words to the song. You got the hard. You got probably most of the bottle there down.
Yeah, that's alright.
Do people ever like give you shots when you're on stage?
Yeah. Some people like bring in bottles and stuff, sneak them in, and they just come up the front and just give you free shots.
Awesome.
It's great. It's like that film clip costs us $50 and probably got like $100 worth of shots out of it, you know?
Nice.
It just keeps repeating and stuff.
Yeah. So next video, you should just do something else that you want fans to bring you, and we'll just
money.
Yeah.
Throw money. Eat money.
Cool. So on 3, tell me your favorite track individually at the same time off Bloodstreams. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Teenage Kickstarts.
Yeah.
Get 3 seconds.
I didn't think what the name was called. I was like, I
that one where I play. Try it again. Ready? On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Teenage Kickstarts.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So tell me about writing the album. Were you on tour a lot while you were writing it, or did you get time to stop it?
It was more over the time when we were like in Australia and going back and forth from Australia, and not as long a tour as what we're doing now. So we would have like 2 months sitting around working jobs, going and like rehearsing every day. So we did that, and it was sort of like just taking over heaps of time, like years to sort of put, get like I guess like there's like 5 songs that were written in the last sort of 6 months for the album. But yeah, those hit songs that we've been playing for 3 years or something.
Yeah. How's the new record looking? I know you've been touring a bunch, so do you write on the road or you just
have you ever written anything?
No.
No.
Okay.
we've sort of put together a couple of ideas for songs that are pretty basic. And I've sort of been working on a few things here and there, but because we've been touring so much and almost doing a show like every day, and if we're not, we're overseas, so we're like doing touristy sort of things or hanging out with friends, catching up. So we're sort of totally taking a back seat on the writing sort of process. But once we go over to Germany after America, the plan is to try and like knock out like a heap of songs while we're there, and use that time to the best advantage.
So what's the rest of your tour like? Is it continuing for a while now?
Got to the end of the month in America, and then so there's only a few more, maybe like I guess like 6 or 7 shows maybe. And then we're going over and we've got Germany, but we're not actually playing any shows there, we're just going there to sort of stay and live for a month. We have one show in Rome, and then we've got a UK tour, which is really massive, with Pulled Apart by Horses.
Nice.
So yeah, that's going to be a big one to sort of round off our international touring for the year. We're going to go home. We've just got like one-off festival shows. It's the summer at home come December, so yeah, it should be really good.
Sweet. What's your favorite festival memory? Either that you've been to or you played?
I definitely think we just played Splendor in the Grass in Australia, and it was just, what happened was it started raining before our show, and we played in like the main tent, and it started raining, and then as we started playing, it started hailing, and so everybody, like, we just got like this great sort of like almost rent a crowd due to the hail, because like everyone was like, you know, people were out, we were on 3rd that day, so people were out like walking around just checking out the site. It's the first day, and because of the hail, everyone had to run under. And it didn't rain again that weekend, and it wasn't scheduled to rain, it was just crazy when we played.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
If they didn't like it, they'd have to even get pelted with ice. What I said.
The most extreme special effects that you guys.
Yeah, turn on the weather. But like, it was awesome because the whole tent was completely packed, and there wasn't even like, it just ended at the sides of the tent because everyone just crammed in because they didn't want to get like smashed with hail, and people were saturated anyway. And the tent like broke open on the stage, and there was water like flowing onto the stage, and yeah, it was really crazy.
That's so cool. How is, like, did you pick Germany just out of curiosity, or is there a reason that you guys picked Germany to write your next record, or try to write some songs?
We kind of just, we've been there a couple of times. It's been awesome every time, and it's just cheap. It means we don't have to fly back to Australia for a month, which sucks. It's a long flight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty expensive doing that.
Yeah, by the time we got back to Australia, we'd pretty much be back for nice to come back over again.
Right.
Yeah. So, and like, we've been there twice and enjoyed it so far, and always wanted to go there, so we thought we'd just do this month there and like sort of test the waters and see what it's like. It's a really like creative city, and there's really multicultural as well, so like speaking English isn't a big problem, I don't think. Still gotta learn some German, but yeah, I think it should be fun.
Cool. And tell me about like the music scene in Australia, because it seems like now especially there's like a lot of bands coming up on the scene, but were there any bands that when you were growing up you were inspired by from Australia?
Yeah, I actually listened to a lot of sort of Australian New Zealand music, like growing up, like Midnight Oil, like AC/DC. And then like when I was going through like my teenage years, there was like bands like Living End. But I don't think they really toured overseas so much. They just sort of made, well, AC/DC did, but like bands like Living End didn't really. They did a few. They did like Warped Tour and stuff like that. But
we need to come out over here with us.
Yeah. But it was like, I think they just made their mark in Australia, and that's why they were so big. And yeah, I don't know. There's also like a band that I was really into in high school called She Had. They would just come back from New Zealand. And I haven't seen their documentary yet, but it's all about like, they were called She Had, and then they were about to go over to America, and then it was like 9/11.
Wow.
And like their name was so close to She Had, they were like, what do we do? Like, we've been wanting to go and travel in America for like, you know, our whole careers. They sold heaps of records, all through Australia and New Zealand, and they're like, we can either change our name and go over there, or we can, you know, just forget about it. And so they changed their name and went over there, and then they were like, you know, back at square one, and they had that realization of like being a big band down the southern hemisphere, and then coming up here, it's just like a small fish in a giant pool. So yeah, I mean, it's just a sort of an interesting way of looking at it. A lot of bands get stuck in Australia. That's one thing we never wanted to do. So it's really good to see a lot of our friends' bands over here, like touring the States, touring the UK, doing it. Because, yeah, it's tough to get out of Australia. It's expensive. And, yeah, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, is it cool to see like just with how much you guys toured? Like when you go back to the UK, there's like more and more people every time here.
Yeah, I think that is the good thing about touring overseas. It's like simply you don't have to go to it many times. Like we played like cities in Australia so many times, and every time it wouldn't be that much of a difference. But then like just going over to the UK or Germany or something, the next time you come back it's like twice the size. It's crazy.
Yeah,
definitely.
When do you guys think that you'll be coming back here? Do you have like plans in the future? Or?
We're throwing up if we're going to come back for South by Southwest.
Cool.
But if we do, it'll just be for a week, I think.
Okay.
Because we're going to have like, I think we're going to do another Australian tour straight after that.
Sweet.
So we've got pretty much like 5 months at home, and then I guess once that sort of 5-6 months wraps up, we'll be looking at coming over. Hopefully to do one more big tour in the States. Maybe summertime again.
Just have summer everywhere you go. Like never experienced
winter.
winter.
It's been so good. Like we've been to New York for the last few days. And it's just been incredible. Like it's so nice.
Is there any places that you've seen like on tour that you're so glad, like just as a tourist, that you saw, or something you didn't expect?
I just feel pretty lucky that I've been able to go to places like New York, Chicago, San Francisco, those kind of places that are just really interesting cities. And then like we just spent time in Italy. We did a festival there in Verona, and it was amazing. Yeah, so I'd never been to Italy, and it was just like, oh, we're going to Italy now, so we just flew over, and now you're in Italy. Yeah, it's cool. Don't even really think about it for ages. It's just a show. Yeah, we had time off and hung out and did some touristy stuff. It's really cool.
Cool. And to end, what is one album that you think everyone should listen to?
The first Bronx album.
Oh yeah,
it's genius.
It is good. We used to play Drink Game to it as well.
What is that?
You have to finish a beer before each song finishes. But the thing is, like, most of the songs are like a minute 40. So it's, once you get to track 6, it's just game over pretty much.
I don't think you can go beyond track 6.